Hello, YouTube. I am Super Ultra Instant Bros King Cody. Welcome to my Star Wars The Bad Batch Episode 4 reveal to Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3, the final season, Episode 4 reveal. Only not much happened in this episode, but I want to talk about some of the episodes and some of the Easter eggs that someone pointed out to me when I was watching this new YouTuber. He's a Star Wars. His name's the Big Star Wars Guy. One of his subscribers on his live stream pointed this out of Easter egg, which I didn't even catch this Easter egg. I didn't even catch this Easter egg. Apparently, like maybe 17.5 seconds, like 17 minutes and 5 seconds into the episode, if you listen very carefully, you can hear a porg from episode 8, The Last Jedi. Oh god, The Last Jedi. But you can catch the porg sound. You can actually catch it. It has some very interesting Easter eggs in that scene, like the porg. I didn't even know that was a porg until someone pointed it out in that person's live stream. Oh, did you catch the porg Easter egg? I says, and the people in the stream says, no, I did not. Very interesting. I didn't even catch that porg, man, until I went back and says, hey, okay, I can see what the other guy was talking about. That is a porg. Interesting Easter egg. Dude, that was like freaking 1 o'clock in the morning when I was watching that episode, and I says, okay, I don't know what the heck that noise was, but the porg, man, the porgs, bro. Very interesting. The porgs, I don't like episode 8 in general. I don't like episode 8, but I will say I like the porgs in that film. The porgs remind me of the Ewoks, man, but better than the Ewoks, though. They're more entertaining well, the Ewoks are entertaining, yes, they're entertaining. They're very entertaining to watch, but I like the porgs because number one, they're cute, two, they're funny, and this the interaction between Chewbacca and the porgs, I have to say, that was very entertaining to watch. Definitely when Chewbacca was eating one of their friends, and he was giving him, the porgs were like giving him the look. It says, "Please don't eat my friend." Well, he was already eating him though. So I want to talk about this scene. I want to talk about this scene because this scene is very interesting scene. What's up, my friend? How you doing? So I want to talk about this scene. Apparently, these guys went to these Imperial factory thing, and these guys call them trying to save the animals, right? The Empire traps animals, man. They trap animals, and the Empire doesn't care. They're the Empire. Oh, well, yeah. I don't like the sequels. I really don't like the sequels, but I liked that they had to put the Easter egg of the Porg from episode 8 into here, like the penguin dude, the penguin porgs. I like the penguins, man. The penguin porgs. They're literally penguins and Borgs literally into one. We call them porgs. Porgs, man. Porgs. Let me, guys, I'll be back. I want to share this to my, what the actual heck? Did I put the light on? No, what the heck did I just do? Normal, normal. I don't know what the heck is going on with my camera, man. I don't know what the heck would I just do.
Pet policy.
Yeah, there's something wrong with my camera. I don't know what the fuck is going on with my damn camera, man. Like, dude, what the actual hell? Guys, I apologize for this bad quality. I can even see it on my end here. I don't know what the freak is going on, man. I apologize. I don't even know what's going on, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's something wrong with my damn camera. I have no idea what's going on, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Bad quality, I have no fucking idea, man.
No license means a hefty fine.
How much this time?
Dude,
How about
dude,
you
there's
all-
literally something wrong with my damn camera here, man. What the actual fuck?
all my money back. Credits won't do you any good when Hemlock shows up. Or do you think I wouldn't piece it together when I found that crashed shuttle? Nothing gets by me. I run this town.
Yeah, there's something wrong with my damn camera. I don't know what's going on, guys. I apologize. Dude, I really apologize because I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
I thought you'd come, sir.
Alright, well, looks like we're better quality, yo. Better quality now. I don't know what's going on, man. If it's my camera, if it's YouTube, it's probably my camera and YouTube. It could be both, man. But I'm gonna let my other friend know I'm live because she says she will be in here, but she hasn't come yet. But first, let me share my live around. Alright, well, let's watch this clip because I got a lot of things I want to say about this clip. It's a very interesting clip. And again, YouTube, please don't take down this video because I'm showing clips. Fuck.
Unfortunately for you,
You know,
I was a very
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my mouse either, man. But You know, the people in the Empire, man, bro, they don't care a shit, do they? You know, but listen, there's a lot of assholes in the Empire. Like, Empire officers really don't care. They just want to take advantage of people just to help themselves. And this dude is no different here.
No license means a hefty fine.
This guy just wants fucking money, bro. This Empire goon just wants the fucking money. It's just, dude, hey, you're on my property. Hey, give me some money. This, like, Greedo from Star Wars Episode 1 says, show me the money. Hilarious, man. And I need a good laugh. I need a good laugh sometimes, man. I've been dealing with a lot of shit in my life right now. Bro, one of the reasons why I like to stream on YouTube more than I do on Instagram is because, one, I have a better fandom on here. Two, the people are more nice. Three, I don't have to deal with people's nonsense on social media. And plus, ladies and gentlemen, I'm dealing with a lot of things in my life right now, which I'm not going to get into on this live stream because that's my personal business, but these live streams really help me, listeners. Hey, if Cody's having a bad day, maybe Cody can do some live streams. Thank you for the like, Rose. Thank you from my other friend Dave for the like. You guys are the best. You always guys like my streams. Thank you. Alright, so we're gonna watch this scene, man, because this scene cracks me up, man. Like, this Empire guy does not care shit. He just wants to take the money and the ship and everything. Typical Empire officer, right?
How about you give me all my money back?
Even though you lost it in the gamble, you fucking idiot.
Or do you think I wouldn't piece it together when I found that crashed shuttle? Nothing gets by me.
Yeah, but I bet I could fool you.
Town. So, hand over the credits and surrender.
All right.
I wonder if they're gonna show the porg now.
Let's try things your way.
Finally.
Of course, they had to release all the animals because why not, right? Get him, my minions, get him! And the animals are just picking on the stormtroopers in the Empire, dude. The Empire guys.
Dispatcher and power of the ship.
The way this guy dies is funny, bro. I have no idea what that thing is that killed him and picked him up. I'm gonna take a guess. One of those dangerous animals from Star Wars, bro. Nah. This is the part where he fucked up. I have no idea what that is, but lunch, free food. Free food.
See that up here? Yeah, I'm on it.
Your takeoffs are better than your landings.
That is hilarious. They just picked him up and ate him. Free food. Funny, man. Hey, this episode, I give it a 4 out of I gave it like a, I forgot what I gave it. I give it like a 5 out of 10. Yeah, I give it about a 5 out of 10. It was a good episode, but Reason I think it a 5 out of 10 status is because they didn't have much in the episode, but they do. I like the porgs. They mentioned the porgs in here. They had the porg sound, and they have that then you have this. I don't know what the heck that animal was, bro, but that animal just picked that dude up and ate him. Literally ate him. And the animal ate that Imperial officer, bro. I don't know what kind of Star Wars creature that was, but lunch, free food. And that thing was probably saying to itself, man, I've been trapped in this fucking cage for a lifetime. You know what? I'm just gonna start eating people, man. Hey, a human being, free food, lunch. Plus, I like the ending of the episode.
I thought at the end of the war, we'd meet.
Omega got back to her team in there. Crosshair got united with the Bad Batch. Question, is he going to rejoin back with them, only to die at the end of the last season? I guarantee you a lot of people are going to die in this season. I don't think the Bad Batch are going to survive. To be honest, I think only some of them are going to survive, but a lot of them will die. And I'm going to take a guess, Palpatine and Darth Vader or someone in the Empire or someone else, or maybe all of them, are going to play a factor in them dying. And I do have that feeling they're going to kill Asajj Ventress too. But everybody, dude, this is only episode 4. We still have tons more episodes to go, man. There's going to be a lot of deaths in this season, I guarantee you, man.
Need an end to losing more of our brothers. Our mission is not over yet.
There is nothing of greater importance than to secure the future of this empire.
They are coming.
Cad Bane, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait until we see Cad Bane because, bro, Cad Bane is my favorite bounty hunter. Cad Bane's awesome, bro. I like Cad Bane. He's entertaining. He's a good character. He has a good sense of humor. I like Cad Bane.
Give us a real challenge.
Well, that was
this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe. Do it.
Do it. Funny, man. Oh, I'm gonna add this guy to my list here. Star Wars Coffee. I don't know why his YouTube's named Star Wars Coffee, but then again, I'm not gonna criticize someone's YouTube channel, but Star Wars Coffee, bro. No, wait. I want to show one more clip because this last clip was very enjoyable.
Never underestimate the power of kindness. But of course, not that of a firebolt either.
This scene was touching. Again, YouTube, please don't take down this live stream because I'm showing clips. Please don't. This makes my reviews more interesting. Yeah, dude, this scene was very touching, I have to say, man. But the look on their face when Crosshair came out, this is, what's that motherfucker doing there? You know, this is the only, like, I'll say this again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the only thing keeping Disney alive right now with the Star Wars, man, is the animations, the animation shows. Right on there, the shows, the live-action shows are killing you, the movies are killing you. You know, if you didn't have the animated shows, you know, Star Wars wouldn't have been died. It wouldn't have died like a long time ago. This is how I look at it. Oh, very interesting. I need to watch. There's a couple animes I need to catch up on. Like, guys, you guys have no idea. You guys have no idea how many animes I'm behind with, how many animes I have to catch up on. I just been so busy, plus I've been dealing with personal things outside of social media, so I really haven't even had time to watch animes. However, I did get done watching a new anime last week. It was called 100 Girlfriends. Let's just say that anime was very entertaining, even though I think older people 18 or plus should be watching it, but anyone below 18 years old, I recommend not watching it because that's not anime for kids to watch. But it was a very entertaining anime. I might do a review about it sometime. I might do a review if it's good. If you guys want to see a review of that anime, let me know and I'll do it. Alright, back to this. But yeah, this scene, bro. This scene is touching, bro. This scene is touching. You know, they should do some more anime Star Wars, literally. So these live action shows really don't work good for them. Like, definitely not Ahsoka Tano. Like, bro, the Ahsoka series was so bad. Like, I understand a lot of people liked it, but at the same time, a lot of people didn't. The fandom is literally split with that show. A lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it, but there's more people that hate it than actually like it. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the fandom is split with that. Oh yeah, the look on their face when Crosshair came down. This is, like I said before, what is this motherfucker doing here? The look on their face, bro. They're not happy to see him. I'm not gonna be surprised if they point their blasters at him in the next episode. It says, "What are you doing here?" All right, well that was very interesting. It must have Easter eggs, right? Someone better done Easter eggs on the episodes, bro. Oh yeah, Easter eggs. Of course, fucking ads has to do. Fuck the ads.
Still have Wi-Fi to do our homework, and that's a good thing.
Dude.
In my book.
Dude, I hate these damn ads, man.
Only from Xfinity.
I hate them. I wish they not
The
exist.
reason your prostate is painful and swollen? Are you running to the restroom every hour?
Dude,
Afraid of
shut
being
up,
Far
bro.
from a toilet?
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and this is a breakdown of Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 4, A Different Approach. Let's go through this episode scene by scene for all the animation Easter eggs and Star Wars / Lucasfilm Amblin connections
Oh, yeah,
you might
the-
have missed. So,
Dude, remember when they were gambling? That reminds me of the Han and Han did a lot of gambling, like these card games, man. Remember in the Solo movie, did Han try to gamble and he lost the first time, but then he won the second time to get the Falcon? Yeah, there's a lot of gambling in Star Wars, man. Everybody's going to their own casino and this gambling.
Omega and Crosshair are piloting the stolen Imperial shuttle away from Tantis, picking back up where we left off with them from last episode, and things are so bad that they are leaving a smoke trail in hyperspace. And I don't know if we've seen that before. You know the Purgle don't...
I did not know that. That is a very interesting... Dude, see what I mean? Watching these videos gives me more understanding on things. Cool. Very cool. I did not know that.
last episode, and things are so bad that they are leaving a smoke trail in hyperspace. And I don't know if we've seen that before. You know the Purgle don't appreciate that kind of pollution.
Yeah, no.
On the crosshair screen, the Orbesh translates to power, and then a yellow warning box, caution, caution. And to make the chaos worse, it looks like Batcher, the Lurker Hound, is chasing Crosshair around the shuttle, growling and snapping. I love how she blames Crosshair for all of this. It's kind of like my dog Darla barking at me when they test the fire alarm in my building. But it's the arc of Crosshair and Batcher, because by the end of this episode, Crosshair and this hound totally become friends again. It's one step on the way to Crosshair becoming friends with the rest of the actual batch. So they crash land safely. We know from these cool little puffs of breath that it is chilly here. I just appreciate a Star Wars setting where they can show that it is cold without it being an ice-covered tundra. We later hear from Captain Man that either this planet or the city or...
You want chili, bro? You better live in Wyoming. Because, bro, it is cold outside, bro. Like, when it's below like 15 degrees, 25 and negative freaking 5 degrees, you are literally gonna see your breath. Literally, you want cold, move to Wyoming.
Both are named Lao, L-A-U. Now, there is no L-A-U Lao elsewhere in Star Wars, but there is an L-A-O Lao. Past season of Bad Batch, there was a club Lao Che, which was a great reference to Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Oh.
He came across a Lao Che in
I
Club
did not know that.
Omega.
That's an
Omega wants to
interesting
go back to Tantus
cameo.
with the other prisoners, but Crosshair says, no, we definitely aren't done with the Tantus location this season. You know they're going to be headed back there at some point. Meanwhile, Hemlock questions Nala Se on Tantus. He is suspicious that after months of samples from Omega, the one sample tested by someone else, Dr. Carr, came back positive. Nala Se is like, hey, false positives are a thing, and attributes the results to Omega being an aberration herself. But notice how Hemlock, once again, has hand tremors. You may have noticed these last season. This hand could be a cybernetic replacement, like after a hand was chopped off, maybe from a failure to the Emperor, or to Vader, or to some Inquisitor. But we should point out that Crosshair also had some hand tremors in the first 3 episodes. So these tremors could be connected. They might come from...
Interesting. So I did not notice that. So that dude actually has robotic hand. Let me guess. Let me take a guess how he got that. Right? Let me take a guess how he got that. Because anytime, like, if you read the Darth Vader comics, right? If you actually read the Vader comics, if you haven't read the Vader comics, go read it. Damn it! Because the Darth Vader comics are literally the best Star Wars comics I've ever seen. I read a lot of good Star Wars comics, but I love the Vader comics because it explains a lot of things between the movies that they don't show in the films. And again, Disney, you should give us a Darth Vader movie or a Darth Vader series. Like the comics should like explain us between what happens between the films. But in one of the Vader comics, this is a very interesting. After the Inquisitors came back and when Vader was training these Inquisitors, like I said, it's very interesting. Go read it if you haven't. Underwoods, go read the Vader comics. If you, like I said, in the Vader comics, Vader was training each of the Inquisitors, right? But he was not going easy on them. Vader actually chopped off one of their hands, and then that Inquisitor had to get a robotic hand because in training, Vader cut that Inquisitor's hand off. So he got the robotic hand because Vader cut off that Inquisitor's hand in sparring. And then when one of them failed them on a mission, Vader cut off the other Inquisitor's hand. So yeah, dude, I'm gonna take a guess maybe Darth Vader or someone else did that to him for failure. I won't be surprised, man. I just thought I would talk about that because that reminds me of something Darth Vader or Emperor Palpatine would do if you failed them on a mission.
Some experimentation that both Hemlock went through and put Crosshair through. We should also remember that Hemlock was immune to that sleep gas in the past due to some experiments that he went through. Maybe the hand tremors could be connected to that.
Fucking hands, man.
We leave Nalase in her prison cell, framed through the hexagon-shaped hole. Don't freak out, hexagons are everywhere in nature. But the panels of the Death Star that are built in the Narkina 5 prison are in the shape of hexagons, and there are 6 nodes on the Imperial crest, so as the camera pulls back on Nalase, the hexagon tightens around her, could be like the Empire tightening its grip on Nalase. Okay,
Ooh,
meanwhile, back
I
to
did
the
not
airport,
notice
we get an
that.
establishing
Cool.
shot of the spaceport town with 2 round holes for shuttles to depart and touch down. Mud-tracked streets snake through all these buildings, and there's a shot of some laundry on a clothesline that Omega will swipe later. These clothes must be cold. Now, some of the stormtroopers are wearing these big, boxy duster coats, and one of these with the coat looks like the side of his helmet might be cracked a little bit. We actually see this guy in the lookout tower later. He's a pretty horrible death, and I just like these details of them wearing
What, he
coats
dies
and
from
armor. It
that?
shows how
What, that motherfucker dies because of that? Wow, what a weak... Dude, he dies from that, bro? Like, wow, dude. What? What? That guy dies, bro?
already Imperial occupation.
Wow,
kind of
that's pathetic, bro. He's a weak little bitch.
Taken from the locals, which makes corrupt practices like bribery almost a given. This is why Omega knows that she'll be able to bribe their way onto the transport. We see a green astromech droid rolling around this marketplace doing some produce shopping, trying to figure out which is the ripest. I love it. They steal some clothes, and Omega ends up wearing a hat very similar to the one she wore in the season 2 poster. She somehow always finds her way back to these big round helmets with little brims on them. You can see this triangle-shaped padding on the clothing both Omega and Crosshair are wearing. This is a design motif for cold weather clothing we've seen in Star Wars before, notably on the armor worn by the rebels on Hoth.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
30,000 credits, which is way more than the 15,000 Obi-Wan Kenobi promised Han Solo for both him and Luke in the Mos Eisley Cantina, or the 17,000 Han got paid by the Rebel Alliance. In that instance, arguably the stakes were way higher, and they required Han himself to pilot his own ship. This gate officer is just like, hey, I'm just a middleman paid to look the other way. 30,000! This gate officer is reading. But I do like how the voice
give me the money
by the mask, going from a voice that sounded like Tay Hao. Remember the Neimoidian flight officer from the Trade Federation battleship in Phantom Menace?
Yeah, he died though.
Goes away, and we just hear the greedy voice beneath start to come through.
Are you insinuating that I should take a bribe?
Meanwhile, this kid is selling kachu fruit for half price. I'm pretty sure this is a new fruit to Star Wars universe, but it does look a lot like the Malarun fruit. Anyway, keep an eye on this kid, because after Omega and Crosshair discuss a way to quickly earn a whole bunch of credits, this kid's ears perk right up.
I think I know how we can make some fast credits.
Of course you do.
Thank you to Harry's for sponsoring this video. It's hard to forget when you're online all the time that sometimes it's actually easier to buy things in a store. You can see it before you buy it, and then when you buy it, there's no wait. And if you have itchy stubble, you're not gonna wanna wait to get your hands on a Harry's razor. And it's not like you gotta make a special trip. Harry's is available where you shop. They're at Target, Walmart, Costco, grocery stores, drugstores. You can get the exact Harry's razor that's right for you, whether that's the two-tone ergonomic Truman handle or the new Craft handle with the dotted rubberized grip, or the Winston handle, which GQ called the best men's razor overall. It has a smooth zinc body with a rubberized grip, and the signature Harry's 5-blade razor cartridge gives you total control over your shave. Plus, if you just need shaving cream or the post-shave balm or new cartridges, they'll be in the same aisle. Make sure you check out Harry's next time you're out running errands and let us know what you pick up. Omega gambles against a Trandoshan in a game of Sabacc. She tells Crosshair that she has gambled before, which seems like it's a reference to Season 1, Episode 10, Common Ground, where she plays Dejarik. Then a chubby Imperial captain struts in the credits. This is Captain Man, and he is voiced by Harry Lloyd, aka Viserys Targaryen in Season 1 of Game of Thrones, and a number of other roles.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool,
officer. Reminds me of Cassian Andor's description of Imperials as fat and satisfied. His chinless appearance makes him look even less human than the other character designs on the show, and I think that's the intention. Kind of looks like an egg-shaped Russian doll. He doesn't look human. He twiddles a gold credit in his fingers, and he takes a bribe from the bartender, and then challenges Omega to a game, reminding me of that scene in Inglourious Bastards where the German Major Dieter Hellstrom joins them in that card guessing game from the other side of the tavern. The fact that it's Omega going up against him, and he's just so smug, lecturing her about how she misunderstood her enemy. I'm also reminded of the various chess matches in the Anya Taylor-Joy series, The Queen's Gambit. But as they play, Badger begins to growl.
You don't seem to like me.
She's harmless.
Thatcher only reacts when the captain picked up this card, and I wonder if this hound was actually signaling to Omega what the captain had drawn. Omega wins this match with the 3 Eastern Stars move, and we definitely saw her holding that rightmost yellow sun card in the match with the Trandoshan, so I'm wondering if she wins by having these winning cards up her sleeve, and maybe Captain Man lets her get away with it because he was cheating too, and that's why Thatcher growled? Or hey, maybe I'm overthinking it and Omega's just good at these games and I need to let it go. But Omega wins 20,000 from Captain Man, and then he demands a fine of 10,000, leaving her with 35,000. Assuming they were gambling head-to-head like, you know, you would in head-to-head Texas Hold'em, that last 20,000 credit pot would have been 10,000 of Omega's bids and 10,000 of Man's bids. So really, he just fined her to get his 10,000 back from that last hand. What a punk! So we learned Thatcher had been taken by Man, and the Kachu Kachu Kid demands 5,000 to tell him where she went. Crosshair wants to leave Thatcher behind, but Omega insists, mirroring her desire to go back to Tantus to rescue prisoners. On the loading docks, various animal crates are being loaded, marked with Orbesh signs, caution, volatile contents. Listen closely when this one gets lifted. I'm pretty sure that's a screech of the porg.
Yeah.
Okay, check this out. This chocolate literally fragments fat cells into tiny pieces and flushes them out of your body so quickly it went viral on
Yeah, I think all of these animals in these crates are fauna that we've seen before. Like, those are caution, volatile contents. Listen closely when this one gets lifted. I'm pretty sure that's a screech of the porg. Yeah, I think all of these animals in these...
You know, I don't like episode 8 like I said before, bro, but I love the Porgs, man. The Porgs are so cute, man. I actually have a Pummel Pup action figure of the Porg. I like the Porgs, man. Those guys are very, like, man, they're just so cute little animal, little penguin dudes, man. I don't know where I put my Porg action, my Porg Pummel Pup. Oh yeah, there he is. Freaking got him, man. I even have an Ewok one too, man.
Docks, various animal crates are being loaded, marked with Orbesh signs, caution, volatile contents. Listen closely when this one gets lifted. I'm pretty sure that's a screech of the porg. Yeah, I think all of these animals in these crates are fauna that we've seen before. Like, those are definitely Nuna.
And I like the Porgs, man. Like I said, I even have the Porg action figure, man. I love these guys, man. The Porgs, man. I like those guys, man. They're cute. I like the Porgs.
On the left and the right in this shot, Omega finally lets Crosshair do things his way, so much for the title of this episode, and we end up in a shootout. Crosshair's first shot goes way over the captain's head, and later you can see Crosshair clutching his hand, so you know that he's mad he's missed. The hand tremors are affecting him still, and he's becoming less of a marksman. So the one thing that made him Crosshair is starting to melt away from his cold identity. Omega hacks into the mainframe, and we see on the screen an Orbesh unlocking all cargo. Now these galloping creatures remind me of the stampeding Gallimimus in Jurassic Park. Captain Man getting pulled into the crate reminds me of the Raptor crate opening attack in that same film.
Yeah.
But I am thinking this tentacle creature could be the Rathtar from Force Awakens. Okay, here's the theory. We never learned what these animals are doing here. Could just be Laos no pet policy, but that's a lot of pets, and these are some exotic animals. But remember, Hemlock is also working on some other large-scale organic project that's not Project Necromancer, and the Emperor was like, I have a need for that too. We also know from episode 2 that the Empire created these genetically engineered endangered slither vines? So maybe this right here was a shipment for animals for Hemlock to experiment on, and that could be why there is already an Imperial presence here on Lao. Maybe the Empire is trying to play like InGen in Jurassic Park and use frog DNA and dino DNA to resurrect something like, oh, I don't know, a Mandalorian mythosar? Project Necromancer was discussed on the planet Mandalore in Moff Gideon's base in Mandalorian Season 3, years into the future beyond this, and Gideon had a bunch of clones of himself there. I don't know, maybe there's something else going on when the Empire bombed and purged landed on Mandalore. Omega and Crosshair escape, and this cloaked stormtrooper
Could be a
who's on the
bigger-
watchtower now stands up at just the
That could be a bigger plot than it actually is, you know what I mean? Could be a bigger plot.
worst possible second to get caught in the engine blast. The shrink he emits. Had he just stayed crouched down, he could have avoided this. So the episode ends with the Bad Batch reuniting on this lunar surface with the sickest view of these two red planets. Reminds me of the view from the planet Fresno in Andor Episode 6, where Cassian killed future MCU Ben Grimm the Thing, Arvel Skeen, played by Evan Moss-Backrack. Omega and Wrecker hug, both of them wiping away tears, and Wrecker says that they crossed the galaxy 4 times, but Hunter corrects 5. And I don't know about you, but just hearing a clone say 5, I'm just reminded of 5s. I miss 5s.
Yeah, the same. Shoot, I miss 5s, man. I miss 5s. Like 5s was such a good action. I mean, sorry, 5s was a very good character in the Clone Wars series. Like now, how he died, that was sad, man.
Yeah, the music is Kevin Kiner's amazing composition, Crosshair's theme. We've heard this melody in a few other episodes, like at the end of the Amazing Outpost episode. And I love this shot from the side, showing this wide gulf that separates the stolen ship from the Bad Batch ship with the Starscape in the background. A Starscape gulf that Omega and Wrecker have no problem crossing to hug, but now it seems like the widest distance possible between these sides of the team. Hunter and Wrecker can only glare at Crosshair in anger, and only Omega begins to step forward timidly. Yes, there's a lot of catching up to do and a lot to talk about. A huge thanks to Noah Chen for helping me write this episode breakdown script. Subscribe to all 3 channels of the New Rockstars Network. I'm Eric Voss. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
And that was more like a Easter egg video than a breakdown, but it was still interesting. I know about the Porgs and when someone mentioned in someone's live stream, but the other things I didn't even not know about. So yeah, these videos, when we do these reveals, are very interesting, even for me, so. Alright. Now. Alright, then okay, so we're gonna check out the reveal from my new subscriber. In other words, nice guy, he's my friend as well. Me and him actually started talking on Twitter, so I'm gonna give a shout out to him. I'm gonna give a shout out to A Guy Who Loves Star Wars. That's his name. His YouTube channel is called A Guy Who Loves Star Wars. We're gonna check out his reveal. Alright, and then we're gonna check out Star Wars Theories 1, and then I'll have my thoughts on the episode, and then and see if there's a preview for next week, and then I'll end the stream. But yeah, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to A Guy Who Loves Star Wars. This is for you, my friend. I'm gonna watch your reveal. Alright.
Or is here in the reunion that we've. The Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 4 is here, and the reunion that we've all been waiting for has left fans in tears. But was this a filler episode? And did you miss any of those very small Easter eggs that were found in this 4th episode? Smash a like on this video and let's break this all down. Episode 4, A Different Approach. This episode...
Also, guys, make sure you go and subscribe to my friend, A Guy Who Loves Star Wars. Make sure you go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. He does Very good Star Wars content, so make sure you go and subscribe and tell him that Super Sen Ultra Instant Rose King Cody sent you there. Alright, back to the video.
Episode opens with Omega and Crosshair traveling through hyperspace, because at the end of episode 3, we see the two of them escape Mount Tantus, where they've been imprisoned for over 140 days.
Damn,
they escaped with the
140
Hound
days,
Thatcher,
man.
which is of course extremely important to this episode specifically, but they narrowly escaped, almost getting shot down.
I wonder
before
how
they
much
jumped
140 days is. Wait, 140 days, right?
this episode specifically. The end of episode 3, we see the two of them escape Mount Tantus, where they've been imprisoned for over 140 days.
Alexa, how much is 140 days?
140 days is 4 months and 18 days.
Damn, 4 months and 18 days. Damn.
Escaped with the Hound Batcher, which is of course extremely important to this episode specifically, but they narrowly escaped, almost getting shot down before they jumped into hyperspace. And now that has become a problem. This episode
It's only
opens with
because
them having to jump out
them
of
go.
hyperspace and crash land on a planet.
Another happy landing.
Just as their ship is about to lose power, Crosshair notices on the map there is a spaceport nearby. And as soon as they hit the ground, Omega is already talking about going back to Mount Tantus to go save all the clones that are trapped there. And Crosshair is like, well, we gotta save ourselves first. But this is setting up Omega already wanting to go back to rescue all these other clones. We then cut back to Mount Tantus, where Nala Se is being interrogated by Dr. Hemlock. And there's clearly still something going on with Dr. Hemlock's backstory that we don't know about yet. This weird glove on his left hand that he keeps messing with. It's very strange. But he tells Nala Se that he knows that she has been discarding every Omega blood sample this entire time. Nala Se tries to play it off as a false positive, and that happens all the time, supposedly, but Dr. Hemlock is not buying that. Hemlock says that they're going to get Omega back, but Nala Se's future is uncertain. Now, Nala Se is the best cloner in the galaxy. The reason they kept her alive this long is because they needed her. So I wonder if Dr. Hemlock's anger is going to get in the way of a successful Force-sensitive clone. As we know, that there's probably not going to be a successful clone on Mount Tantus, as Snoke isn't even created at the time of The Mandalorian. We then cut back to this spaceport called Lao, where Omega and Crosshair need to blend in. They steal some clothes and get a new look because the Empire has established their presence on this planet. And everything seemingly on this spaceport has to go through the Empire first. So they go to the port to try to leave on a shuttle, but they need chain codes. This is a throwback to the first season when the Empire just took control. This is when the Bad Batch helped Cut and his family escape their planet. They had to get chain codes then too.
Yeah,
but they had a
I
friend
remember that
named
episode.
Tech
That was a good
who would
episode,
help do that.
actually.
Crosshair says that I could take half of these guards out before they even notice. So Omega tries to bribe the person at the desk, and it works. But they're gonna need 30,000 credits to get on board, and they have 0. So Omega has an idea to go to this cantina and win the money in a game of Sabacc. Sabacc has been seen all throughout Star Wars in the past. Lando Calrissian and Han Solo are most known for playing it in an epic game where Han Solo won the Millennium Falcon off of Lando.
I was just
Omega
talking
finds a
about that,
Trandoshan
yeah.
in the bar who is playing Sabacc and starts to take all of his credits. And just when she's about to have enough, the Empire shows up. This captain looks like Admiral Rampart from Season 2 if he retired and just ate donuts for a few years. But he sits down and tries to best Omega in the game of Sabacc. The only problem is
Could
he's been
that
the
be
captain
him?
of
I
this
don't know if
spaceport
it's
for a
him,
long
though,
time, and he doesn't
could.
recognize her or Crosshair. Batcher is over his shoulder intimidating him, so he asks if Batcher can leave. Crosshair takes him outside. Omega ends up winning, but little do they know that gambling is illegal in Lao. And the fine is 10,000 credits, but that's okay because they still have 35,000, which is enough to get off the planet. But when they walk outside, Batcher is gone. And the street merchant kid tells them for 5,000 credits that the Empire took Batcher. Honestly, I don't think they needed to pay him to figure that one out. But Omega says, we gotta go save him. And Crosshair's like, we gotta save ourselves. Let's get off this planet. Omega goes off to save Batcher, and Crosshair goes to leave. Obviously, that's not the case. He comes back and says, fine, we'll do it your way. We see an animal control area where there's a lot of different animals from all over the galaxy being caged by the Empire. And if you listen real closely, you can actually hear a porg in the background. Shout out to Alex for hearing that one. The porg is obviously the creature that we see on
Indeed, thank you to that Alex guy for pointing that out in that live stream last night, because me and him didn't know that was a porg, man. Like, I didn't know that was a porg, man. I didn't even know it was the porgs. But yeah, thank you to that YouTuber for pointing that out in that his live stream last night. That's why I had to talk about it. Says, oh, yeah, that's a porg, man. That's why I had to talk about that, because if he didn't mention that, I would not have known about it. So, again, thank you for that guy, Alex, I presume, right?
And if you listen real closely, you can actually hear a porg in the background. Shout out to Alex for hearing that one.
Yeah, thank you to Alex for pointing that out in his live stream last night. So, thank you, because I didn't know, like I said, I didn't even know that was a porg, but hey, man, I don't like episode 8, but I like the porgs, man. If I didn't, I would not have a Pumble Puppa one. I like the porgs, man.
The porg is obviously the creature that we see on Arc 2 in The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
How one of or multiple of them got on this planet, I have no idea.
Right.
Crosshair and Omega get caught
How did they get on the planet? We will never know.
by the captain, and he says these credits won't do you any good when Hemlock arrives, meaning he's already contacted Dr. Hemlock and told him that the people he's looking for are right here. Omega says, alright, fine, we'll do it your way, looking back at Crosshair, which means we can blast our way out of here, which is the different approach that the title was talking about. Omega runs over to the control console where she frees all the animals in the control area. A herding stampede of all these animals causes for a distraction for Omega and Crosshair to get on the shuttle and leave. Not without the captain being eaten by a Rathar first. Rathar is most known for being in The Force Awakens when Han Solo and Chewie are transporting them when they come into contact with the Millennium Falcon and Rey and Finn. Who knows, could be the same Rathar, but I doubt it. Omega and Crosshair escape and jump into hyperspace, and we cut to Dr. Hemlock at the wreckage of the ship that they crashed at the beginning of the episode. Hemlock is told that Crosshair and Omega have escaped using a shuttle, and he says, track that ship and tell all of our operatives. Because the ship is an Imperial shuttle, it's likely that they can track it. But I think the Bad Batch are probably smart enough to leave that ship behind. But Hemlock bringing up his operatives is probably referring to bounty hunters. And we've seen Cad Bane and Fennec Shand before in the Bad Batch in Season 1, but we've also seen them in the trailer for this third season. So it's likely that the two of them could show up in the next episode. But the episode ends with a very emotional reunion of Omega.
Yeah, that was a touching
saying that they've gone across the galaxy 5 times.
Yeah, that was a touching scene, I have to say. That was a touching scene, and I dig that scene, man.
I'm searching for her, and yet she's the one who found them. But the only way she could do it was with Crosshair's help. And we get yet another reunion of Crosshair and Wrecker and Hunter. And the two of them don't seem too pleased to be seeing their brother Crosshair, but I'm sure that will be ironed out in the next episode. Honestly, a lot of fans will call this episode filler, but that's just ridiculous. This episode was the perfect continuation of what those first 3 episodes were. It sort of ended the first initial arc of this season by getting Crosshair and Omega back to...
Well, to be honest with you, man, I actually thought this was a filler episode, but there's other people calling this a filler episode as well, and to be honest, I don't blame them. But to be honest, it was a good filler episode. It was better than the ones from Season 2, because, let's be honest, Season 2 of Star Wars The Bad Batch did not have good filler episodes.
To the other Bad Batch members. And it also did a lot of establishing Crosshair and Omega's connection. Very similar to the way that we saw Tech get the same treatment in Season 2 in the earlier episodes, because he dies later on in that second season, very similar to the way that I think Crosshair will also die at the end of this third season. But I give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. I don't think it was nearly as good as episode 3 last week with Palpatine and Mount Atlantis, but it definitely was.
Yeah, like last week I give episode 3 a 10 out of 10. I give episode 1 a 9 out of 10, and then I give episode 3 I think I said an 8 out of 10. I don't know. I don't remember. But the 3 episodes were good. This episode was good too. But like I said, I'm gonna rank this episode. For me, I'm gonna rank this episode a 5 point out of 10. I'm gonna rank this episode a 5 out of 10. I mean, sorry, a 5 point. A fine. God, sorry guys. If I'm talking like I'm gibberish right now, I apologize, man. I've been dealing with a lot of things in my life, man, and plus I've not been sleeping well. So if I make mistakes in the stream, I apologize for that. But I'm gonna rank this episode. I'm gonna rank this a 5.5 out of 10. I'm gonna rank it that way. It was good, man. It was good enough to be a 5 out of 10 rating episode. It was a good episode, man. Could have been better, but like I said, there's things in the episode I like the Porgs, for example, man. The Porgs were good. I like the Porgs, man. Like, I'm glad they put the Porgs in here. It would have been better if we want to saw them, but hearing them was still good too, man. Plus, that Empire dude getting eaten, bro.
Was a very important episode in establishing the connection between Omega and Crosshair, and of course giving us the very emotional reunion between Omega, Wrecker, and Hunter. But tell me what you rate this episode in the comment section below, because this 3rd season is just getting started. This is only episode 4, and I'm sure we'll be getting a lot more of Mount Tantus and Project Necromancer later on in this season. And if you want to know what Project Necromancer really is, go check out this video I just did, where I
Yeah, we'll definitely have to watch that video of his sometime, man.
explain all of it.
Even though I already know what it is, I already know what Project Around, whatever it's freaking called. I already know what it is. I already know what it is and what it could be is. So I already know what it does. I already know what the project means. All right, for me, I'm gonna rank this episode A5. And where's the point, bro? Where is the damn point on this damn keyboard, man? 5.5 out of 10. Guess the damn thing. This fucking keyboard does not have a point. Oh, it does actually. 5 point. 5.5 out 12, 10. All right, now for Star Wars Theories breakdown. Let's get his thoughts on it.
I just wanted a slice, but had to spend more for free delivery.
Shut up, bitch.
Another big day. I'm definitely gonna need my Gillette and Dipper spirit. Because around here, everything needs to be perfect. But
super extensive because there really wasn't all that much that happened in it until the very end. So, there was an R2 unit and Episode 4 of the Bad Batch breakdown isn't going to be as super extensive because there really wasn't all that much that happened in it until the very end. So, there was an R2...
Also, shout out to Star Wars Theory, another one of my favorite Star Wars YouTube channels. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to Star Wars Theory and tell him that Super Ultra Instant Rose King Cody sent you there. Always have to give shout outs to anybody I watch breakdowns from. Any videos I react to, I always have to give them a shout out. So yeah, make sure you go and subscribe to Star Wars Theory.
Unit and a Mylu Run fruit, which we saw that fruit in Rebels, but whoop-de-doo, big deal, not a big deal. The rundown for this episode, and we're going to get to the very end because there's actually a lot to talk about, is that Omega and Tech, this whole episode had a sort of Mando and Grogu arc, Kratos and Atreus, Joel and Ellie kind of dynamic, you know, like a father and a daughter sort of thing. And they're essentially crash landing on this planet, and they're going to try and get a transport and escape and do their own thing and kind of disappear a little bit. So what happens is they have to get some credits in order to take a transport. And the reason they have to take credits is because they need a chain code. If they give the chain code, they'll be found by the Empire, right? It'll come up in the system. So the lady says, all right, I'll take a bribe, 30,000 credits for both of you, so 15,000 each. So Omega goes and gambles, and she ends up winning. She's really good at gambling, really good at cards, sabacc, whatever they were playing, and she ends up winning. Then there's an Imperial that comes up to play against Omega, and while they're gambling together, while they're playing cards, he doesn't like Batcher, the hound that was taken from the previous episode that's now with Omega and Crosshair. So the officer says, hey, get him out of here. Crosshair gets him out of there. And at the end, Omega wins. She wins 20,000 credits from him. So then he says, hey, gambling's illegal here, so unless you want me to take you to jail with his stormtroopers, you better give me 10,000 credits. She does so. She goes outside. Batcher is gone. And the Imperials took the hound, took her dog. So she gets some answers out of the little fruit seller guy there, and he tells her that the Imperials took them that way. So she goes that way. Crosshair ends up following her. They all meet up at this place where all the animals are in kennels. And the Imperial tells her that, hey, we know that you escaped. Dr. Hemlock is going to be here shortly, and I want you to give me all the money that you won, as well as we're now going to arrest you. So then she tells Crosshair, okay, hey, why don't we go your way? And Crosshair's way, of course, is shooting everybody. So there's a shootout. They get the upper hand. The Imperial officer gets hentai'd, if you know what I mean. And there's a bit of a Jurassic Park sequence where, all the dodo birds kind of things are like running over the stormtroopers. And it was pretty cool. I like that callback, of course. And then they get in the transport with Batcher, the Hound, and the three of them get out of there. They go and meet Wrecker and Hunter. It's a beautiful, moving moment scene. There were a lot of you in the live stream that really appreciated it, and so did I. And then, of course, the tone completely changes, the music changes, and Crosshair walks outside, walks down the ramp of the ship, and they all come to face. So it's Crosshair looking at Omega, Hunter, and Wrecker, and its tensions are really high. I personally really like this episode. We don't know where it's going to go from here. Obviously, they're going to have to reconcile at some point, but I'm pretty sure that their next episode, episode 5, they're going to probably fight each other, either verbally or physically. Something's going to go down, and then eventually they'll probably make amends because they have to. So from here, I believe that they're going to then meet up with Rex and Echo, and they're going to try and maybe save Tech if they think he's alive, or try to get revenge him. But, this is the end of the Bad Batch. This is the last season. So what I think is going to happen is there's going to be some sort of huge collaboration with all of them. So Rex, Hunter, Echo, Crosshair, and Wrecker will be running away from the Empire, as bounty hunters are probably going to be called to find them, as well as, Omega. So I think Boba Fett, Fennec Shand, Cad Bane, and whoever else they want to put in there, maybe Dengar, that'd be pretty cool, are all going to be hunting down the Bad Batch. Now, this is going to be great. They're all coming together, they're all going to fight together, and they're all going to support each other. And I think with this story, we're going to probably see a lot of what Project Necromancer is. Now, personally, I think Project Necromancer is, of course, well, in the name, Palpatine resurrecting himself.
Yeah,
Palpatine making
exactly.
clones
That's what
of
I
himself.
think it is, too,
As we know,
theory.
everything does tie into the sequel trilogy. However, I'm very hopeful that this season will ignore what the sequel trilogy does and try to create some sort of intermediary period before.
Even Star Wars theory doesn't like the sequels like I don't. He stated this time and time again, he doesn't like the sequels. And to be honest, I agree with him. I thought the sequels was just trash, it was so bad. The sequels pretty much ruined Star Wars, under Disney, because it was the Rey, it was the Leia, it was the Rey, it was the Kylo Ren, it was Rose. It was mostly focused on Rey and Kylo Ren and Leia, and it was focused on anybody else. And plus, they treated Luke Skywalker, they treated Palpatine, they treated R2-D2, they treated Han Solo, 3PO, Akbar. They treated those other characters like trash in the sequels. So dude, like I said, I already done a whole video talking about Disney ruined Star Wars and what they have done to the brand. I did that a month ago, and that video only got 4 likes. That literally tells how much people they like that video, man. Yeah, it's Disney. Yeah, people don't like me brash talking how bad Disney has done with Star Wars, but the reality is, a lot of people are talking about it too, and I'm on the same boat as them. I think Star Wars if it wasn't for the animated shows, Star Wars would be dead under Kathleen Kennedy. This is literally keeping it alive, right? This is literally keeping it alive. This is what's making people tune in to things. This is literally saving it. The question, when the anime shows leave, when that is done, what's going to save Star Wars? I don't know. We'll see.
For that. So what I mean by that is that Palpatine will try to clone himself, and we'll get some, Dark Empire sort of thing going on here.
Dude, I love the Dark Empire comics. Bro, those are so good, man. Those are amazing. I want to see more of that kind of stuff in Star Wars. Those are the Dark Empire stuff is freaking cool, man. I agree with theory. It could be a younger clone of Palpatine, but then the Bad Batch and the other people find out about it. Then they destroy the clone, and then Palpatine has to have to resort to the messed up clone body he gets in episode 9. But yeah, I think they do create a perfect clone, but then it gets destroyed. You know what I mean?
Instead of him creating Snoke right off the bat. I think what makes sense is a young Palpatine, which is originally what happened, but one that's force sensitive and effective. And from there, we're going to get a Palpatine that is extremely powerful, and he's going to try and transfer his essence into there to see if it's possible. Maybe something goes wrong. Maybe the Bad Batch end up destroying this vessel, before Palpatine can actually use it or launch it. And it gets down to the wire where tensions are really high and someone ends up dying. Now, we could get the whole Bad Batch dying except for Omega, because let's be real. Or we could get, just a few. I think, personally, Crosshair is going to live. I think his character arc is really good, and I think it would just be
Yeah, even the other people have been saying, "Oh, hey, Crosshair's gonna die, man. He's gonna be one of those many casualties in the Bad Batch final season. That Crosshair's gonna die." But here's the thing: to me, I think he'll die, but at the same time, I think he won't. It's 50-50. I think he could die, or he could not. Even though the other guys, a guy who loves Star Wars, his channel, he thinks Crosshair's gonna die. Other people think he's gonna die, but to me, I have two different opinions on it. I think there's a 50% chance he won't, and then there's a 50% chance he will. I'm literally 50-50 on that, so.
kind of expected if he dies now. However, that being said, we can see he's kind of coming full circle. He's like, okay, then he was kind of villainous, and then he's coming now back to being, part of the group. And he might do a sacrificial effort to maybe save his friends, save his brothers, and maybe save Omega. And this would really, kind of bring his character arc full circle, but then end him. What I think would happen is that his character arc will maybe come full circle once, I think, Wrecker probably sacrifices himself to see the good in him. Something that's extremely unprecedented, I don't think will happen, is Omega sacrifices herself for Crosshair. And this will change him completely. I don't see that happening. I don't think that they would kill her off. I think they're going to kill off probably all the clones, all the guys, and then she's going to have her own story going forwards somewhere else because she's pretty valuable, and that's most likely, predictably, what's going to happen going on from here. As for Episode 5, well, the boys are probably going to fight. They're probably going to have a problem between each other. And then eventually Omega's probably going to try and split it up and be like, look, you guys are brothers. You need to work it out and do the whole Omega thing. And, just be the peace between them all. So that's what I think personally is going to happen. I don't think it's going to be anything super crazy. I think probably as we progress, we're going to get more and more with Palpatine and Project Necromancer, which is, I'd say, my most interest in this whole season.
Yeah, same.
Because I really want to know what he's up to.
Yeah, I want to know what he's up to too, man.
It's really piquing my interest. Now, as for
at least make the freaking at least make Palpatine coming back in Episode 9. At least make it have sense, because it made no sense whatsoever the way he came back. Oh yeah, the dark side has many abilities to be unnatural. Like, bro, dude, that makes no sense how you came back, and how you came back after my boy Darth freaking Vader shot you down the reactor shaft, bro. He literally picked you up and threw you down. Sorry, I have messages coming in, and I apologize. As I was saying, hate when people text me during this time when I'm doing streams. But as I was saying, please make it more sense. Please make it more sense how he came back in Episode 9, like maybe explaining the Bad Batch like you're doing right now. If you're gonna... This is what it makes sense. You have to explain how Palpatine's how he came back to life and how he got into a clone body himself. Because, bro, to be honest, Palpatine should have stayed dead in the first place, bro. Vader did what Vader was destined to do. He was destined to bring balance to the Force. Bring balance to it. And destroy the Sith, which he did. He killed Palpatine. He picked him up, threw him down the rock of the Death Star, and that was it for him. Until Disney was in they're in this pickle, man. And they say, you know what? Let's bring Palpatine back, even though the fans are probably gonna be mad and say, well, what's he doing back, man? I thought Vader killed him. And then Palpatine says, I have died before. That's all we get from that. But, bro, Vader literally killed Palpatine. He picked him up and threw him in the reactor of the Death Star. And he did bring balance to the Force for a short time. But yeah, when they brought Palpatine back, I was saying, "Oh God, here we go." Yeah, hey, can you just make a new villain? Like maybe a new villain, maybe someone from the Old Republic trilogy. Maybe that will be a good idea. But Disney's too dumb to even do that. But again, I was against Palpatine coming back because I said it before. It kind of messed up Vader's redemption. Well, it kind of makes his chosen one prophecy look pretty pointless now, since the person he killed comes back with no explaining it whatsoever. So that's why I want the Bad Batch to explain that for me, to try to have me have more of an understanding for it. But that's why with the Palpatine stuff, how I was against him coming back from the beginning. So, but Disney doesn't know how to do good storyline. If you're gonna bring someone back, do it the right way, but not the person Vader killed. Like, if I'm Disney, if I'm at my last movie in the trilogy, or even the last two movies of the trilogy, I would want to bring a villain in that actually fits the narrative. Maybe someone from the Republic. Maybe bring one of them in. Bring Darth Revan in. Bring Malgus in. Bring Darth Trey in. Bring Darth Malgus, Darth Tenebris, bro. There's so many things that Disney could have done with the sequels would actually everybody will enjoy, but let's be honest, Disney doesn't care what the fans want. They only want to do it under their stupid agenda bullshit stuffs. Alright, back to this, man.
Starting fresh in the new year is easy when you shop Smith's Pickup or Delivery. The app helps you stick to your list, so
overall tone of
I used to work at Smith's, and let me tell you this, yo, I hated it. Fuck Smith's.
I think it's fantastic. I love the fact that it's got a dark, almost like a just depressing tone to it. It's very real and visceral. Whereas I think the last two seasons of The Bad Batch were cute and funny and happy and, quite Disney, quite animated Star Wars in a sense. Well, I can't even say that because, Clone Wars was pretty dark.
Yeah, Clone Wars was dark, yeah.
However, this one is very real and very dark and to the point. And I think that really echoes, no pun intended, the timeline of this story of the Empire. So I really want to see more of this. I love the fact that they're really catapulting the story. I didn't expect them at all to be coming face to face in this episode. It's like they're moving really fast. There's no time to spare anymore. There's no time for filler crap. And some people might say this episode was filler or whatever. Nah, I don't think so. I think there's a lot of good character development we saw for Crosshair. We saw him now having a soft spot for Omega. When she said, "Hey, here, take the credits. You can go on your own. I got to go save my dog." And he turns around to leave like he said he was going to and has a change of heart. And he's like, "Oh, you know what? I got to go help her." So he is still a good guy. It's still in him, much like Anakin is within Vader all the time.
Yeah.
It's just, callous. And I think there's a lot of good in him. It's just going to take some time to pull it out. And I think a big sacrificial effort like Wrecker or someone sacrificing themselves for him is what it's going to take for him to come full circle. Heck, maybe they're going to kill off everyone. Maybe they're going to kill off no one. I don't really know. But I just think this is the final end to the Bad Batch. I don't see them surviving.
Yeah.
And if they
I don't see them surviving either, man. Like, I could see maybe one or two surviving, but the rest of them, I don't see them surviving, though.
Cool, but, like, where are they going to go from here, right? So you can't have a bunch of, like, mutant, super powerful clones running around during the original trilogy and, like, not helping at all, right?
Right.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I really liked about the original trilogy was that literally there were just, like, it was just Luke.
Yeah.
It was the only hope in the galaxy.
Yep.
There was no Ahsoka. There was nobody else, right?
Yep.
That was it. It all rested upon.
And that's why that's why episode 6 is actually called Return of the Jedi. You know why it's called Return of the Jedi, ladies and gentlemen? I'll tell you why it's called that. One, the return of Vader going back to Anakin Skywalker. Vader going back to Anakin Skywalker, returning back to the light side, fulfilling the Chosen One prophecy, and bringing balance to the Force by killing the Sith. And then 2, Luke Skywalker returning as a Jedi. So that's literally why episode 6 is called Return of the Jedi. Vader returns back to the light, fulfills the Chosen One prophecy, kills Palpatine, Luke becomes a Jedi, and that's why it's called Return of the Jedi, because of those 2 reasons. Because Vader going back to the light, saving his son, and fulfilling the Chosen One prophecy by killing the Sith, which is Palpatine, and then Luke becoming a Jedi, literally. So that's why it's called Return of the Jedi. Even though a long time ago, it was supposed to be called The Revenge of the Jedi, but then they changed it to episode 6, Return of the Jedi, when they did it. But the original name for the movie, before it came out, the original name for the film was Revenge of the Jedi, and then before the movie dropped, they changed it to Return of the Jedi. So if you guys didn't know that, there you go. So there's some Star Wars information for you. You're welcome. Now give me a follow and give me a like for that.
One dude's shoulders. So, hey, we'll see going forwards. I'm much more invested now in the show after this episode, and we'll see what the boys say on Monday on Stargrift. But personally, I loved it. This one, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for the Bad Batch. And that goes within the Bad Batch, confines of what out of 10 means. So, yeah, what did you guys think of this episode? What would you rate it so far? Are you more invested now? Or did you turn off halfway through because you thought it was filler? You got to wait till the end, man. Sometimes there's that payoff. And for me, I thought this was great. Nice and emotional. Big twist. Big bang. They meet. Didn't think that would happen so quick. It was fun. It was good. I was entertained. And I love the dark tone, how fast it's going, which is a nice change for Disney Plus Star Wars stuff. Great, usually just drags on. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching this breakdown. I know it's a little unconventional, but I don't want to bore you guys with the, there was an egg here from freaking Rebels. I don't know, man. Whatever. Who cares? Whatever. Let's get to the meat and bones. You know what I'm saying? All right. Have a great day. May the Force be with you. Love you all. Check out TheorySabers.com. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
All right. Now, my thoughts on the episodes. My thought on the episode. I see Theory give this episode an 8 out of 10. I forgot what a Star Wars guy gave this the episode. I forgot. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch what I did. But those guys gave it a better, higher rating than I did. The reason I give it a 5.5 out of 10, a 5.5 out of 10 rating, is because I didn't find the episode that interesting. True, there's some parts of the episode I found interesting. I did like the gambling on that planet, for the gambling of playing Sabacc. Okay, that was interesting because we all know Han and Lando play that game, and easily they win. Even though they win by cheating, they win, right? And then you have the Imperial officer getting eaten by this Star Wars creature from episode 7. Again, I forgot the name of the animal. The videos we watched tonight were talking about these animals, but then again, it's late over here, and I've not been doing that good, man, and I'm a little off. I've not been sleeping that good either, so if I seem a little off, that is probably why. And other things I'm dealing with, but I like that Imperial officer got eaten, bro. He just got eaten. The thing was trapped in that cage probably for months, years, I don't know. As soon as that thing got released, it said, you know what, fuck this, I'm eating this guy because this motherfucker trapped me in a fucking cage and now he needs to pay for it. I'm gonna eat his ass. And then that was funny. I like the Sabacc thing, that was very interesting. I like Crosshair, changing his ways is gonna, and then the look on the Bad Batch's face when he came down the ramp. There in the episode, they were literally staring at him, saying this without even saying it. What's this motherfucker doing? That was interesting. Seeing the, hearing the porgs, bro. Hearing the porgs from the episode 8, The Last Jedi. That was cool. Rather than that, the episode to me was okay. It wasn't a good episode. It was a good episode, but the reason I'm not gonna rank this a higher percentage than those guys did is because, like I said, there's only some things about the episode I liked, and I already told you what those things were. So, yeah, I'm giving this episode, just because of the things I enjoyed from the episode, just the things I just mentioned, I'm giving this episode, once again, my rating is Episode 4, Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3, the final season. I give this episode 5.5 out of 10. It was a good episode, even though episode 3 so far has been my favorite episode, and the episode 1 was my second favorite, and then episode 2 is my third, and then this is my fourth. But yeah, so for episode 1 of The Bad Batch, 9 out of 10, episode 2, 7 out of 10, and then episode 3, 5 out of 10. Episode 1 of The Bad Batch Season 3, 9 out of 10. Episode 2, a 7 out of 10. And then episode 3, 10 out of 10. And then this episode, 5.5 out of 10. So far, so good. Even though this is probably my least favorite episode of the episode so far. But I'm looking forward to next week. Expect another review for Star Wars The Bad Batch next week on my Instagram page. Also, sometime this week or this weekend, I'm going to have my reveal for the first episode. This week or next week, I'm going to have my first reveal for the episode live action series Avatar The Last Airbender, and I'll have reveals out for that every 2 weeks, and they'll have reveals for the Bad Batch every single week. So stay tuned for that and many more live streams to come. We're literally one subscriber away from my goal, which is 300 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all the support you guys given me. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. It is your destiny. And I'll see you guys on the next live stream. And by the way, for the people who keep on asking me, Super Ultra Instant Bros, King Cody, when is the next game playing video of Sword Online? When is the next Dragon Ball FighterZ video game playing? When are you gonna do more gameplays? For the people who keeps on asking me that question. Patience, it's gonna come back soon, man. And like I said, in March we have some anime news for Raid Zero Season 3, and I'm gonna cover that too. And if we have any more anime news and other anime series, I will cover it, so stay tuned for that. At least the ones I've seen, I will cover it, so. And we did get news that Overlord, the movie, is supposed to come out sometime this year, in 2024. Expect me to do a live stream just talking about the news for Overlord, the movie, coming out this year. There's a poster release. I actually released the poster on my Instagram page. I'm going to do a live stream talking about what news we do have for the Overlord movie sometime this week on Instagram, so stay tuned for that, and then I'll talk about the poster too, so stay tuned for that and many other videos to come. And for the people that keeps on asking for gameplay and patience, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to come. I'm going to bring that back soon, so be patient with me, alright? Like I said, I'm dealing with things right now, so give me time, get me, don't worry, the gameplay and Sword Online and other video games we've been doing will continue on, so don't worry, I'm not gonna stop that, so don't worry, that's not gonna stop. I promise you that's not gonna stop. Alright guys, I'm gonna end this stream because I wanna go watch the rest of my Nuggets game, because they're playing the Miami Heat. that they beat in the finals last year. So I will be back sometime this week on YouTube to cover the news we have for Overlord the movie and my review for the Avatar Last Airbender, and then my review for the Bad Batch, and then many other live streams to come, and more gameplay and other types of content coming. Thank you for coming by. Take care of yourselves and each other. God bless all of you. Thank you for almost 300 subscribers, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.